Good evening, sir. Sir, you're on mute, sir.
Okay, okay. All fine?
Yes, sir, all fine. I hope this, I'm sorry about my setting, my surrounding.
Okay, okay. What is that? 1915 Mahatma
Sir,
Gandhi
sir,
present.
it's the history of Bagh Bakri Chai, how that thing
Okay.
got established.
The skills and honesty in the tea business.
Yes,
Oh, Mahatma Gandhi praises Sri Narendas Desai for his skill and honesty in the tea business.
yes, sir.
That's why today's our Prime Minister. So mastery in tea business is very important. Okay, so I think Gopal Darji sir is also there.
Yes, sir.
Aditya Sharma, the 2023 batch IAS officer, he will also join.
Okay,
Then
sir.
Gajanan sir may join at a little bit late.
No worries, sir.
So we will wait for 5 minutes. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and then we
Yes,
will.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I just wanted to ask, my voice is okay? I hope it is clear.
Voice is okay. Can you take your camera a little bit downside?
Is it fine? So I'll just, okay. So is it fine?
This is fine. This is fine.
Okay.
Now, you how you are going to sit? This means
So I'll be sitting like this.
yeah, absolutely fine.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay, okay. Then we will begin as Aditya sir will join soon.
Sure, sure, sure. अरे एक ही
आज तो 2 ही पैनलिस्ट है। वो है ही नहीं सीनियर वाला। बढ़िया है।
Hello, Aditya Sharma. Aditya sir, are you there?
हेलो, हाँ जी आदेश सर, मैं हूँ।
Okay, okay. Gopal, Darji sir.
But I will be third panelist. First
Okay,
you and
okay.
Aditya continue.
Okay, 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 okay.
Okay.
Fine, fine. So, Saurabh, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I said, Gopal ji said that someone else is going to join me. So,
Aditya sir will be asking you questions at first go. He being the
okay,
leading
sir.
panel.
Okay,
Then
sir.
followed by me and then Darji sir.
Fine, sir.
And if last Gajanan sir, if he joins, able to join, then he will continue. I will be asking few more questions.
So sir, shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello Saurabh.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
So how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So where are you from, Saurabh?
Sir, I come from Maharashtra, Pune city.
Okay. Where did you do your graduation from?
Sir, I did my bachelor's from Pandit Dindal Patel University, which is in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Yes, sir. And then after that, later I pursued my master's degree from University of Alaska in petroleum engineering. Sir.
Okay. So Saurabh, first of all, you are from Maharashtra.
Yes.
And I also saw that you have some, linkage with Aurangabad.
Okay.
So can you tell me something about Ellora and Ajanta caves?
Yes, sir. These are like the sorry. So these are the rock. They represent the rock architecture of India, wherein like the Ajanta caves mostly showcase the Buddhist religious philosophy, whereas Ellora caves displays both Buddhist and Jainist philosophy as well as the Hinduism philosophy. And yeah, that's it from my side. Like, as of now.
Okay, can you tell me some issues and problems that those sites are facing at the present?
So, based on my own personal experience when I visited these caves, so there were like three major problems which I also personally faced when I was there. So to list them in order, the very first was the connectivity issue. The roads which lead towards this cave, they are mostly ghats. So the quality of roads is still the same as it was, I would say, approximately 3 to 5 years back, because I visited this site multiple times. The second issue is with respect to the management of the guides over there. So there's a constant conflict between the government assigned guides and the private guides. And the third issue is with respect to maintenance of this cave, sir. Mostly regarding the fungal, there's a lot of fungus deposition on this cave. So the maintenance is one of the issues. So these three are the significant issues in my opinion.
Okay. So, okay, I also saw that you play basketball.
Yes, it was during my school time, sir.
Okay. So, you have heard about the term vaccine diplomacy.
Yes, the vaccine diplomacy. So it was one of our India's foreign policy tools in order to help other countries with the COVID vaccine. And also, it was mostly highlighted during the pandemic time. But earlier also, India has been majorly contributing towards other developing countries by helping them with the vaccines with respect to many diseases.
Okay. In the same vein, I would like to ask you, what is basketball diplomacy and how India can strengthen it?
So my experience with basketball was just during the school time, and that even I wasn't aware of how to play it. I got selected
Okay.
because of my height. That's it.
Okay.
Not much experience with this game.
Okay. But again, would you like to venture what could be basketball diplomacy and how can, India really take it into account?
So I'm not aware of this term basketball diplomacy.
Okay. Okay. Chalo, anyways. Okay, so Pune. So Pune, is a very good city, but it is now rapidly being urbanized due to its proximity with Mumbai. So what are the challenges being faced, and how, if you are made the SDM of that city, how would you, like to tackle them?
Yes, sir. So Pune, it is very true as you pointed out that it is undergoing very high rate of urbanization due to its proximity to Mumbai. So few of the major problems is, as I would like to list here. The very first is with respect to the housing, because there is a lot of congestion space, and at the same time, along like associated problem with this is this supply of basic necessities like water and sewage management and the garbage of the solid waste management system. The second issue is with respect to the congestion of the traffic, because the city has expanded horizontally, and at the same time there has been significant increase in the population due to the migration towards inside the city. But the width of the roads, they are not really widened. In fact, recently few initiatives have been taken to widen the roads. Few initiatives have also been taken to like the investment have been significantly increased with respect to construction of more um, bridges in order to create more space for traffic movement. And so these are like few of the major problems. And so to answer your second question, sir, if I were to be made the SDM of the city, so my initial focus would be regarding the crowd management over here, because crowd management would involve all these significant aspects, that is with respect to housing management, with respect to traffic management, and and the supply of basic necessities like water and the garbage disposal. So these would be my major focus areas, which I would be focusing on.
Okay. So you're a petroleum engineer, yeah? Petrochemical engineer. So can you tell me that, there is a lot of public-private, involvement together. For example, there are also private enterprises that involve in the, petroleum sphere as well as the public sector enterprises. Do you think that it is a good thing that we have the private sector involved in such a critical and sensitive issue? Or do you think that it is fine and how it should be regulated?
Yes, sir. If I talk about India's oil and gas landscape, the majority of the reserves. So we categorize the reserves with respect to terms like P10, P50, and P90. The 10, 50, and 90 implies the probability of the probability of the potential of the reservoir. If it is P90, that means it's a very high potential. So currently, India's major, like most of the reservoirs, fall in between of P10 and P50. And here, the main problem involves with respect to the exploitation of these reservoirs. So here, the involvement of private sector, I would say the global private players, even from outside and inside India, it would be of significant importance. So in my opinion, it is a positive move towards involving private players in this critical energy sector. And so I'm sorry, could you please repeat the second question you asked?
Okay, you forget it. You tell me this. Even outside India, we see more new strategic petroleum block. And the private sector of India might be going to undertake exploration in those blocks. So do you think that is wise on the part of Indian government, and what should we do about it? The second part was, how would you regulate it?
Oh, yes, sir. Just to complete the earlier question, like how to regulate it. So India has come up with a new policy. It's called health policy. I'm not able to recollect the full form. It's it's a kind of an evolution compared to the earlier policy, which was called MELT. So what the government has done, they have kind of liberalized the licensing process. They have increased the duration of for holding of the license. So this allows companies to take better decisions. So this way, the government has been being liberal, being a little flexible also. At the same time, they're being rigid also by making sure that the companies timely report. So this is a very good way to regulate. And if I was in the same place, I would have done the same thing. And so to answer the second question, like there are some Indian private companies. I would like to name a few, like ONGC Videsh Limited and the Bharat Petro Resources and the Mahindra Oil and Gas Company. So these are like few of the companies which are exploring the oil reservoirs, oil and gas reservoirs outside India, like in the Gulf of Mexico or in the Persian Gulf area, especially in Abu Dhabi. Recently, there was a great discovery made there. So this would really help India with respect to controlling its import bills because we'd be getting direct crude supply from our own companies. So definitely it would help in better current account deficit also, and definitely it will help us to have a more of better way to spend our forex resources also.
Okay. Okay. So there are many reports of police atrocities that are being committed, and the police that they are not very responsive to the people. What is your view on this, and how could you initiate some police reforms?
So there have been few of the some reporting as we read in the newspapers also, and we listen in the news also. There have been few cases of police atrocities. I do agree with you on this point, but I feel that on a major landscape, the police has been doing their job. Definitely, so I think it's a matter of perception. Sometimes violence does become necessary. So here I would I would like to continue my answer, which will be answering the second part of the question, sir. Police reform could be with respect to transferring more towards the reformative justice, bringing recently the bills passed by Lok Sabha, like by the government, by the parliament. I'm sorry. So with respect to the reforming the criminal justice system. So those bills have addressed few of the issues to get some police reforms, like digitization of the evidence collection process, and again retraining the police force, making them more conscious about human relations, and trying to make them more citizen friendly. So this would help us to gain the public trust or to manage the governance deficit trust which is among the public with respect to the police force in India.
Okay. So, Saurabh, do you know which city is known as the City of Gates in India?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it. I
Okay.
don't know.
So my final question would be, your hobby is kitchen home gardening.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, elaborate on that, and secondly, how do you think it would help you? What qualities you could inculcate in during those those moments when you do your kitchen home gardening?
So actually, I picked up on this hobby during the lockdown period. So what actually happened once I was in the kitchen and my mom was about to throw one of the rotten tomato. So I asked my mom, like, give it to me and let me see what I can do with it. And that's how it started. And yeah, the most important aspect it helped me, or the most important value it helped me to learn was patience. You cannot hurry up. And when I was about to make my first produce of some few vegetables, and so it was of a ladyfinger. So I had the 12 plants, and each one of them gave me one or two ladyfingers. Out of the 12 plants, four of the ladyfingers were rotten actually, and I was deeply hurt by it because I took a lot of efforts, okay, to grow them, and when I saw it is rotten, so it made me realize, like, if me on this such a small scale, I'm feeling so much hurt, what would be the farmer of India would be feeling when he sees due to some changes in the climatic conditions, his crop is not uh, not healthy. So yes, sir. So I would say just to list down a few qualities which I've learned is the very first is patience. Second is little tolerance towards pests because few of them are good, few of them are bad. And yeah, and it definitely one thing is it allowed me to go for some good waste management practices. Instead of throwing away the wet garbage, we can reuse it and recycle it and make good compost out of it, and we can use it for home gardening also.
Okay. Thank you, Saurabh. Now I ask the next panelist to take over the interview.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Saurabh. So you are
Yes, sir.
from the state of Maharashtra.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me three major issues faced by Maharashtra today?
So, three major issues, in my opinion, currently is first of all is with respect to maintaining the constant flow of investment. That is with respect to the economic sphere. With respect to the political sphere side, is regarding the recent Maharashtra the Maratha reservation conflict, which is kind of disturbing the governance system and the governance or the administrative system. And so in the social aspect, it is with respect to the allotment of pattas or the forest rights to the tribals. And so
Okay.
definitely, and in with respect to environmental spirit is regarding the water crisis which is happening in the Vidarbha region and the associated farmer suicides also.
Okay. So are you aware about these reservation demands put by the Maratha community and the opposition to it by OBC groups or the community? Are you
Yes,
aware?
sir. Yes, sir. The Marathas, the Maratha community, they wanted reservation. They wanted a separate reservation for themselves. I'm not aware of the percentage. But initially, the government proposed that they can have the reservation within the OBC bracket, but they refused it. A separate reservation crossing the 50% mark, which was laid down in the Indira Sahni case, it was denied by the Supreme Court of India around 2 years back. Recently, the Maharashtra government has passed an ordinance to give them some immediate relief with respect to their demand. But due to this ordinance, so there has been some agitation from few of the OBC communities also recently.
Okay. So recently, as far as the reservation demands are concerned, it's not only Maharashtra. We have seen in the state of Haryana, in the state of Gujarat, in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So these demands are put up put forward by dominant class in sociology, dominant caste, that word we generally use. So, do you think that we need to reform this reservation policy in India?
So to answer this question, I would like to give few facts here because it is one of the constitutional mandates for the government to work towards establishment of welfare state and to always keep in focus the reformative justice. The affirmative justice to help the most vulnerable to make sure that they don't feel alienated or they don't feel left out from the mainstream society. So in this manner, if we think so, reservations are needed in the current social landscape because based on the report given by these by many think tanks, the atrocities on the vulnerable sections are they are still they still exist. The but again, the reservations are needed, but they should be given in a very controlled manner, which is already happening. Um, Second point I would like to add here, sir, is the reservation is is an immediate solution, but it's not a long-term solution. Long-term solution would be focusing on say poverty removal programs, bringing some initiatives which would reduce the social inequality, the targeting the feeling that okay we are not equal. So more initiative in this direction would definitely will make people feel that yes, we can be part of the nation's growth, and we are definitely the feeling of equality would be ingrained further. So this should be the long-term focus, and reservations are not a long-term solution to these problems of getting the feeling of inequality.
Okay. Is the time has come to introduce the creamy layer concept in the case of reservation for SC and ST community?
So I may not have that much of awareness about whether it is the right time to introduce the concept of creamy layer. But if we take an analogy with respect to the creamy layer concept in the OBC among the OBC community, then I would suggest that yes, few communities could be considered among the SCs for by making them the creamy layer by bringing them within the creamy layer bracket. But with respect to SCs, I think creamy layer concept shouldn't be really introduced because they again like each category has its own set of concerns when it comes to giving them reservations.
So you are saying for SC it can be introduced, or for ST it need not be introduced as of now.
Yes, sir. For SCs, we may consider of introducing it, but in my own personal opinion, with respect to the scheduled tribes, I think there's still time to introduce it.
But that somewhere that data was showing that one Mina community is there from the state of Rajasthan, and it is taking the benefit of ST reservation large in a large proportionate. So how do you then look this issue as far as the ST reservation is concerned?
So I do agree with you that this is seen in the society that this one particular community, even if it is economically well off, and it is getting benefits out of this reservation, out of the ST reservation. But it is, I would say, it is one community out of many, and we cannot judge really based on this factor that okay, if one community is getting, then we should bring the criminal concept into the ST reservation policies also. So in my opinion, so yes, I do agree with you that there is a community. I would say a single community, or there would be say one or two communities out of this entire set of ST communities which are benefiting. Like you said, sir, the dominant caste or the dominant section of that particular local society. But still, there are many other SC communities who still they need reservation as of now.
Okay, fine. So, do you aware about the developments regarding the Uniform Civil Code bill that has been passed by the Uttarakhand State Cabinet, and soon it is now introduced in the State Assembly of that particular state. So, in that context, some are arguing that it is mentioned in the Constitution under Article 44 and has to be implemented in that spirit to fulfill the aspirations of the constitution makers. But some are also connecting it to the violation of, say, Article 25 or rights of the minorities mentioned under Article 29 and 30, which are also the part of constitution, and moreover, they are the part of fundamental rights. Violation of that. So, how do you look this Uniform Civil Code?
Yes, sir. I'm aware of the fact that recently the Uttarakhand government has passed this bill. The state assemblies have passed the bill of the Uniform Civil Code. It is yet to receive the president's assent. And regarding the details about it, then actually, I'm sorry. I just can you please rephrase your can you please repeat the question?
Yes. So I am saying that there are controversial viewpoints as far as the
Yes, sir.
Uniform Civil Code is concerned. Some are
Okay.
approving it, some are opposing it. So how do you look towards this issue?
Yes, sir. There are some opposition, especially from some few of the social scientists. That say, for example, regarding the registration of live-in relations, like the people who are involved in live-in relationship, they need to register themselves. So there's opposition that there would be infringement of privacy, right to privacy is fundamental right. But so I think the government must have definitely said this bill must have prepared after due consideration, after considering multiple stakeholders. So government must have taken care of this. Regarding the another issue, which is with respect to Article 25, that is freedom to practice one's own religion. It is a fundamental right. But so if we see an individual and a community, so definitely the benefit of the community is should be the main focus area compared to benefit of the individual. Definitely, say out of 100, a single person might get affected. I do agree to this fact. But if a single person is getting affected, his whatever is affecting him, that could be addressed at an individual level also. But at an overall landscape, definitely, gender justice is getting justified here. Second thing is there's going to be uniformity with respect to the civil laws, say with respect to child adoption, marriage rules, property inheritance, etc. Which few of the topics are not there with respect to say civil laws in all the religions. So if it is not there in one religion, then it is there in another religion. Then such uniform laws can help those religions who do not have any laws, personal laws with respect to this topic, to come up with their own laws. So it can be a model also for others, and definitely so like uniformity is always better in my opinion.
So thank you, Saurabh. Now I
Thank
would
you.
like to invite Darji sir.
Yes, yes. Saurabh,
Yes, sir.
good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
You are native from Maharashtra state, na? You are from Maharashtra state?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I observe in your detailed application forms, you completed your BTech. From which wing?
So from getting in petroleum engineering, sir.
Okay. Now already you have a great degree. Why you enter in administrative services? That question is arise here.
Definitely, sir. That's true. That's true. So actually, I always wanted to go for civil services, like to pursue my career in civil services. This decision was taken when I was in third year of my bachelor's degree. And after graduating, due to some family reasons, I couldn't pursue it. I was fortunate enough to get a scholarship from US. So I thought I'll go pursue my master's degree, and I worked for a few years after that. Um, then it kind of helped me to gather some resources to support my own preparation. And it was always there in my mind that whatever happens, I will be pursuing civil services as my career. That was the final aim, and I always wanted to do it. But I just wanted to support my own preparation, so I thought of doing masters and then doing job for a few years, and then come back to civil services.
Okay. Good, good, good. Very good. But
Thank you.
your 4-year degrees, na BTech is a. Then your petroleum education, how you utilize in your administrative services? That second question is arise here.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So,
Otherwise, I think that you wasted your degree. Yeah. How you utilize?
Okay. So, so the biggest overlap, I would say, with respect to governance or with respect to administration and petroleum industry is taking of risk. So here I would just like to add that when we used to go for exploration or when we used to go for drilling, even starting of the drilling, no one knows what is there. Say underground, like somewhere around 5,000 feet, 8,000 feet also. We are just taking a guess over there. Though those guesses are very very calculated based on different geological surveys, but at the end of the day, it is a risk where billions of dollars are involved, and it is such a work which cannot take a stop. If it starts, it has to move on non-stop. It cannot be stopped in between, because if it is stopped, there will be a huge loss, huge financial loss to the company also and to the environment also. So I think the governance system also has similar things. We are just aware of possible outcomes. We are not exactly aware, okay, this would be the outcomes if we go in this direction. We are just aware, okay, this could be the possible outcomes. And here the risk taking ability, which I've learned when I was pursuing my job, it would be a biggest value addition if given an opportunity to be a part of this governance system or the administrative system.
Okay, good. When I read your preference, first year IAS, second is a IPS. Why you choose IPS as a second? What's the reason behind it?
The major reason is my father, who retired as a superintendent of police. So since my childhood, I've been observing him, learning things from him. I've seen his way of working, the dynamic nature of the job, the constant involvement, his constant involvement in towards his office. So these are a few things which I personally would like to do.
Yes, yes. Just I stop you. Already you mentioned that your father was doing a job as a superintendent. Now he was retired as a superintendent. So why you are not given the first preference as IPS? That's my question.
The first preference is, so I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer.
Because already you have family backgrounds related to police department. So every person, every aspirant obviously choose the first preference as IPS. Then second should be IAS and other. But you choose IAS, okay. But second is IPS. Already you have the family backgrounds of police department. Why you are not choosing IPS as a first preference?
Here, the main reason for me was the domain which involves the service of an IS officer. The domain is much bigger than that of an IPS officer regarding this, like where his services are required. So that was my main reason to opt for IS first and then opt for IPS. Though at the end of the day, both are services, so it really doesn't matter.
Saurabh, okay, let it be. just give me the difference between first you tell me what's the role of NIA and what's the role of CBI. You know NIA?
Yes, sir. National Investigation Agency.
Yeah. What's the role of NIA?
So I don't know the exact difference between these two agencies. If you're asking the exact difference, I'm not aware of it, sir. But
Both agency, yes. Both agency are doing the same work, na? CBI also as well as the NIA also.
so in that respect, I would, if you allow me to answer, then I would like to say that so CBI is more involved into say national level cases, but when it comes to NI, it can also take cases with respect to international international jurisdiction.
Okay. Today's you find the NSA major role in government security, our nation's security. What's the NSA role in a national security?
The NSA as in the National Security Advisor, right? Yeah. So in my opinion, the major role of National Security Advisor is to act as a leadership position where all the investigating agencies or all the I would say the criminal justice system looks upon to with respect to because we need a leader to showcase the path. So that is the significant role. And second role, in my opinion, is like regarding advising the executive regarding the national security developments.
Okay. Now you find a political situation. There is a great situation in a political situation we find in the Maharashtra. One of Shiv Sena and second is the NCP. What's your opinion? The current situation, political parties, distribution, sign distribution given by the election commission. How you see?
So I have only one opinion, or I would say as a feedback by being a part of Maharashtra state, is that if because of such developments in political parties, if the governance or if say I would say if the quality of service delivery is getting affected for the citizens, then it is definitely not appreciated. So that's all I can say with respect to these developments.
Let it be. You know the anti-defection law in a schedule number 10.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you think that it is the violations of schedule 10 or anti-defection law that situation create in a Maharashtra?
I think this particular issue regarding whether it is violation or the cases are still going on in the Supreme Court. So I may not have that much of expertise to pass a judgment on this thing. So I don't have any particular judgment as of now.
Saurav, it show that you are giving as a neutral decision you are giving. Okay, let it be. Just one question here we arise. You know the Mr. Narvekar, he's acting speakers of assembly in Maharashtra.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've heard about him. He's the acting speaker. Hello. Hello.
Name of Mr. Narvekar.
I just read this name newspaper because currently I'm not residing in Maharashtra, but yeah, I know the name. I definitely have heard it, but yeah, that's it.
Already he was
Yeah.
given decisions of Shiv Sena parties
Yes, sir.
and goes to the CM, in a side of CM, that is Eknath Shinde. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Suppose we find out the BMC elections period completed in 2023 in Maharashtra. Why election commission extend BMC's period up to 1 year, and till today they are not declared their dates also? What's the reason behind it? You know BMC, Mumbai
Yes, sir.
Corporation.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, so I think it may be because of the instability with respect to the cost due to such I would say the breaking of the political parties, which are major stakeholders in this in the BMC election. So once those political parties issues get resolved, after that, then definitely elections of BMC can continue or can be held. So I think, in my personal opinion, it may be because of this that the election commission must have given the extension of an year.
Okay. Uh, just we are giving the feedback and explain Mr.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Gagan. Good evening. Sorry, I joined a bit late because I had some work to finish. So, good evening. I just
Good evening,
went to your DAF and it's quite interesting. Now, you're from Aurangabad or Sambhajinagar? What is it?
Even I was surprised when I was reading about Aurangabad recently that at least in few of the government documents they're using Samajinagar as the name, but people still call it Aurangabad.
Yes, but you are mentioned in DAF as Aurangabad. So,
Yes, sir, because the reason being mentioning Aurangabad is that like in my document it still says Aurangabad. So
okay.
I
So you could
mean, like,
anyways. So, do you support the changing of the name of the place? What is your opinion about it?
if my opinion regarding changing our names of cities, if it showcases the city, its culture, its say its art, architecture, its history, then fine, because that would be satisfying the people's demand also. Because though like Shakespeare said, what's there in the name, but as we have seen, there's a lot in the name. A name means a lot. So yeah, if it is representing multiple things of a place, then changing of name is okay, is justified in a way. But if changing of name causes a lot of other issues and it is costing the state government,
Hmm.
okay, then yeah, then that's one of the negative points, I would say, one of the demerits of changing the name.
No, but
But
what is your opinion? What is your
yes,
opinion? See,
yes, sir.
you have to take
So,
a stand.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my opinion is, yeah, it's I would say okay if on a larger scale, if it is if it is fulfilling the people's aspirations, then it is fine, because at the end of the day, people.
No, but then see, then there is a catch-22 situation. See, if you say to fulfilling people's aspiration, then it would be kind of a majoritarian view to change the name of a city based on what majority over there says. Okay, and at the same time, we don't want to fall in that trap for the larger benefit of a democracy. So, what do you suggest? The Allahabad name to Prayagraj, Aurangabad name to change to Sambhajinagar. Now it's Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so even Madras was changed to Chennai earlier.
Yes, sir.
Huh.
So yeah, so in that respect, I do support changing of name, especially when it comes to Aurangabad. I would support it.
Okay, why?
Um,
How is
so
it
again,
representing the cultural and social aspects of the city? Because in the very beginning of the discussion, you said that you supported in a way that if Then name changing is showcasing the cultural and social aspects and larger aspirations of the people. We should do how making a name such Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar from the name Aurangabad, which is based on Aurangzeb. How is it showing the social and cultural aspect of the city?
It shows it showcases the surrounding the architecture, the ancient architecture. It showcases what were the historical developments with respect to the Maratha Empire. And so I do agree with your point. It may gives an impression of majoritarian view. So that is a demerit towards it. But I feel, for example, if someone is asking me what's the name of my city, and if I say it's Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, the very first question would be like, oh, what is this? Who was this personality? So if the name is going to instigate thoughts to an outsider, then it gives one of the platforms to tell them about the history of the place also.
Okay.
So in this aspect, or in this manner, I support the changing of the name.
Okay. Do you know a dish which is named after Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj?
No.
It's very famous. It's well known across India.
I don't
Sambar.
know.
Sambar. The idli sambar that we eat.
Sambar. Okay.
So the sambar is named after Sambhaji Maharaj. When he was in the South expedition, he was hungry, so he tried something, and that became sambar and became very popular. Anyways, next question. See, recently today, the government of India has declared Bharat Ratna. So if you see over the past few days, 5 people have been given Bharat Ratna. Now, what is your opinion about giving the awards at the very juncture of just before the elections?
I think that was one of the tasks of the government to appreciate service of this dignitary, and which was needed to be done to appreciate their contribution towards nation building and towards the society in general. So yes, I feel like it was done just in the administrative capacity of the government, and
Okay.
it may have some impact on the election, but I feel that the people will be focusing more on the economical and the other developments of the government while they're deciding whom to vote and whom not to vote in the election.
So, do you think the awards have been politicized recently? What is your opinion?
So, I don't have an opinion on this.
No, you should have. Either it is politicized, the awards are being politicized or not politicized. That is very straight. Yes or no. If yes, why you think yes? If no, why you think no? You may differ with what I say, but you may have your own opinion. So feel free to express it.
So sometimes, like when I read the newspaper in general, or when I listen to the news, or when I speak with other people, yes, there is an impression which gets created that this award may politicize, and like you said, just being declared.
What is your opinion?
So because after getting this input, it kind of instigates my own thought process. Okay, this is what people are saying. Then let me read more about it so that I can form my opinion on it. So, but I still feel, sir, my opinion is no, it is not really politicized, though it gives an impression that they are being politicized.
Okay.
So, yes, sir.
All right. You also are associated with a place named Latur. What is Latur known for?
So, Latur is known for the 1993 the Latur earthquake, and recently the water crisis.
Water crisis. Yes, as well as for Latur pattern in education. The positive aspect of it.
Yes, sir. The Latur pattern education. Sorry, I missed it.
Most of the people know negative aspects only. You're from Latur. You should be proud of that. Huh?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I missed it.
All right. All right. So you have also played basketball. You have mentioned so. So what is your view about like certain sports like volleyball, football, basketball are not very popular in India. What can be done to popularize such sports?
So these sports, they are played, but they are not being very popular because I feel that people are
Hello, hello.
not aware about the.
Saurabh, your voice is breaking. I don't know whether it is a problem at my end or your end. Hello, Adesh sir.
No, the problem is at Saurabh's side.
Okay, okay, then fine. I thought something has happened to my network.
Advantages of sports.
Hello.
Yes, it's not only about the physical development, but we work together as a team. So, in order to promote the sports,
Saurabh, your voice is not audible. I could not follow what you said for that question.
hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As I was saying that, so what could be done is raising awareness among the youth about this sports, not only among the youth, also among like everyone in general. Development of infrastructure, sorry, for these sports. Third thing is having some, say, appointing some coaches. For example, if we have some local parks, then we can have some coaches who can teach people how to play this sport, and they can learn and they can see what are the benefits in person. And definitely, and we need, as an, I would say, overall landscape, we need some private sector involvement here with respect to development of infrastructure because yes, sir, because say, it has to be a joint effort. For example, if government is providing land, government is providing the handholding support to develop infrastructure, but government has got limited resources. It has got so here like the private sector can showcase its role, especially under the CSR, that is the Corporate Social Responsibility Initiative. So these are few of the things which should be done to promote these
Okay.
sports.
Can we leverage Khelo India scheme for popularizing such sports? Can we do that?
So
Because
definitely,
infrastructure development is definitely there. Over the past 10-15 years, there has been expansion of the sports infrastructure. But still, the Pro Kabaddi League, the way it popularized the Kabaddi. So don't you think that having such league matches in India and having marketing of them through media, that is more essential to popularize them than just building the infrastructure?
definitely, sir. It is whatever you said. I agree with you, and we need such initiatives. And definitely, they could we can leverage the Kelo India scheme and having say like the way we had Pro Kabaddi, the way we have IPL matches being conducted to increase the awareness, to increase the general interest among the people about such different sports.
Okay. Last
Definitely,
question.
we can
Last
yes,
question. Have you heard
yes,
of
sir.
Tour in Latur? The Tour. It got GI tag recently.
Sorry, sir.
Tour dal. Tour dal. Hmm? Tour dal.
So I'm not aware about this development. I'm not aware
It,
of this
it just
development.
got a GI tag in last month. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
be aware of that if you are not aware.
Sure, sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
Sure,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Aditya sir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you
So,
can give
sir,
us.
I'll start with the feedback. So, Saurabh, overall, I felt that you're a very good candidate. And you
Thank you,
have
sir.
calmness, you have composure, and you are able to tackle the questions well. So, overall, you are doing fine. There are just a few things that I think you should know.
Yes, sir.
First of all, that in some questions, you should never say that I don't have an opinion. See,
Sure, sir.
because
Sure.
a person should always have an opinion on something. And even although the politicized questions would be less, but it could be possible that you know have them. So always have an opinion non-politicized. In for example, in the Bharat Ratna question, you could have simply said that, sir, I don't think they are politicized, rather than rather than saying, sir, I don't have an opinion, because it showcases that you are not thinking it through. Or it
Okay.
showcases that you think they are politicized and you're not able to say it on that stage.
Fine, sir.
Okay.
Fine. I'll take care of those, sir.
Secondly, I found your answers to be a bit longer, that you
Yes, sir.
take your time building the base, then you give the pros, then you say that now I'll come to the second part of the question, and then you go on forward. Because at times what would happen is that even though you know the points, some member might cut you short.
Sure, sir.
So okay,
I'll-
don't give headings on your topics, but you just keep on giving them in one single flow.
Fine, sir.
Okay.
Fine. Yes, sir.
Third, I think that whenever you are answering, you should first state your stance. For example, if you are asked a question about something, first say the statement that I think so, and then give the pros and cons. You straight up start with the pros, then you give the cons. So your overall thing that you want to say, or your overall expression, that is not coming out that well. So first state your stance, then go for the pros and cons, because then the examiner knows that if he wants to cut you short, he can, because he already knows what your final verdict is going to be.
Oh, okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Noted. Noted,
And
sir.
the final thing I think was that sometimes in some questions you give up very easily. Like if you are asked a question, you immediately say, sorry, sir, I am not aware of that. Even if you don't know it, take a second, take 5 seconds, try and think it through, and then say, sir, I don't know. For example, about the tur dal, you can say, rather than saying, sir, sorry, sir, I don't know that, sir, I know about tur dal that is being grown in Latur. But about why it has been given the GI tag or what its features are, that I am not aware of. I'll go and read. And even in the
Fine, sir.
basketball diplomacy, I asked you this question because my hobby was also basketball in my interview last year. And they asked me the same question, what is basketball diplomacy?
Okay, sir.
So,
Okay.
but there I just made up something. Like, for example, we have IPL, where players from abroad, they come and play basketball in India, cricket in India. In the same way, some players from abroad can come and play in India, and NBA style league can be started in India. And likewise, our players can be sent abroad, so that experience of both countries, it fuses
Okay.
together. And our players also earn money, and we also get some forex. So in that manner, you can just, take a random guess at some answers also, rather
Yes, sir.
than just give easily, because some questions you can just make out the answer by their literal sense and meaning also.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
Saurabh. So overall,
Yes,
I
sir.
found
Okay.
your interview to be nice, and you're on
Thank
the
you, sir.
right track. Just
Thank you, sir.
fine tune these things. You have good composure.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time, sir. Thank you.
Saurabh,
Yes, sir.
and your presentation is very good.
Thank you, sir.
First, but you have some lack of knowledge of Maharashtra state. That's the problem.
Okay, sir.
First is a BMC. You take a detailed knowledge related to BMC. Second one is the 10th schedule. That is we find in the Maharashtra. Already one panelist asked a question, uniform civil code,
Yes, sir.
and controversial situation of secularism and the uniform civil code. You prepared that.
Sir, I'm sorry to stop you, but sir, your voice is getting cut in between.
Okay, my voice is not clear.
Yes, sir. It is getting cut in between, sir, when you're saying.
Just a simple questions the panelist will be asked in the examination. You find a Uttarakhand Uniform Civil Code, Article 44. Already one panelist asks you this same questions to you. But the controversy we find in that, in Constitution we find the secularism. And here is the Uniform Civil Code. How can we tackle this situation? That question.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I understood.
Third one is how many MP female MP in a elected in a Lok Sabha 2019. Why they ask these questions to you? Because of women reservation. Second one is reservations to Maratha, Dhangar, Muslim. That will be that question arises in the Maharashtra. Your second preference is the IPS and your family background from the police department. So you have to know RAW, NSA, NIA, CBI, ED, and other agencies of the government sectors.
I'll go to it, sir.
when you give your questions answer, then you always I counting 23 times.
Sorry about it.
Already I counted it up to 23 times. So you try to stop
Sure,
it.
sir. I'll work on this. I'll work on this.
Okay,
I'll work
okay,
on
okay.
this.
Let it, that is the perfect, and always your performance is very good.
Thank you, sir.
Just to improve, then
Definitely. Definitely. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So thank you for your time, sir. Thank you, sir.
Gajanan sir.
Next panelist.
Hello, Saurabh.
Hello, sir. How are you, sir? I'm seeing you after almost 2 years.
Yes, after 2 years almost. I remember you. So I hope I did not repeat the same questions that I asked earlier. I remember last time I saw petrol. And why from Alaska you completed MSc and all. I remember those. But anyway, nice to meet you again. Okay.
Same here, sir.
And
Same here,
nice
sir.
to see someone from Latur because I'm from, my residence
Yes,
is
sir.
in Latur.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, but that's the reason I asked you specific question about Latur. The most of the people know about it and it catches attention of a person. So be prepared. Tur dal in Latur, and one more thing has been given GI tag recently.
Sir, just sir, like one request I want to make. So if you have any document with all this development, is it possible? Sir, please, can you share it with me?
Will do. About GI tag, I remember there was some news. If I have, I will share with you.
Please, sir.
Okay, or you can just visit to the DM office, the DM's website, the collector website, Latur, and just look for recent developments. I will definitely. All right.
Please, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Next, when I asked you about your opinion, those were controversial questions a bit, frankly. There are very less chances that the interview panel may ask, but they may ask. We don't know.
There's always a chance.
So at that time, what you need to do, you take a stand. See what interviewer wants to see, whether you have your own opinion or not. If, for example, one of candidate was asked, he was a doctor, that should prostitution be legalized in India? Now you will be embarrassed to talk in front of a lady chairman who is asking such question. But he said, sir, as a doctor, it should be legalized. It was a stand taken, but reasoned stand, reasoned opinion. And as Aditya sir said, you first state your stand or opinion and then go for it. Don't think मेंस में जैसा मेरिट्स डिमेरिट्स होता है वैसा नहीं करना है. Okay, 2 लाइन 3 लाइन में खत्म करना है इसको.
Noted.
Okay. तो उस पे आप जैसे संभाजी नगर का पूछा है तो just tell it's a long pending demand of many people, as well as it there are certain historical reasons behind changing the name. So as it reflects that some cities may be renamed. What is harm in that? हर जगह पे तो नहीं करते. अब इतने सारे शहर होंगे इंडिया में, 600+ डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स है, 700 समथिंग. तो हर एक का तो नाम चेंज नहीं किया जा रहा है. ऑफ कोर्स इट हैज पॉलिटिक्स बिहाइंड. उसमें आप कुछ भी स्टैंड लोगे तो सामने वाला आपको पीटने ही वाला है. तो बेटर है कि आपको स्टैंड लेना है, उसको जस्टिफाई करना है. ज्यादा जाएंगे खोल में तो बोलना सर, सॉरी सर, दिस मच आई नो. ओके सर, थैंक यू फॉर इन्फॉर्मिंग मी. नेक्स्ट आपका जैसे है कि स्पोर्ट्स के बारे में तो अभी इन्होंने बोल दिया. बट व्हाट आई सजेस्ट यू, जो भी एग्जिस्टिंग कोई गवर्नमेंट का स्टेप है, कोई पॉलिसी है, उसको आप कैसे इम्प्रोवाइज कर सकते हो, उसका कैसा हेल्प ले सकते हो. Because in many times you use this question that there should be development of infrastructure. Now, if someone is not able to think at the time, तो infrastructure बोल देता है. But what is in that? उसमें क्या चाहिए? स्पोर्ट्स अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया है, हर जगह पे स्पोर्ट्स के कॉम्प्लेक्सेस बनाए हैं. स्कूलों में वो बास्केटबॉल को क्या है, आपको एक खंबा लगाया, खेलो यार, इतना तो कम से कम इतना तो कर सकते हैं. ज्यादा स्पेस भी नहीं लगता है. So what lacks in popularizing something? उसका मार्केटिंग नहीं होता है, उसको कमर्शियल तरीके से नहीं लिया जाता है ना. उसमें वो एक जो स्टार, जो ग्लैमर लाना रहता है, जैसे प्रो कबड्डी में लाया है, तो पीपल कनेक्टेड. आप ऐसा कुछ बोलो, आपसे सॉल्यूशन एक्सपेक्टेड है. 1-2 लाइन
ठीक
का,
है ठीक है
ठीक है।
ठीक है ठीक है
रेस्ट
ठीक
रेस्ट यू आर एब्सोल्युटली फाइन। आपका इंग्लिश का कम्युनिकेशन कंपोजर बहुत अच्छा है। आप जिस टोन में जिस वॉइस में बात करते हो, दैट इज व्हाट पर्सनालिटी शुड फॉर द सिविल सर्विसेज इज रिक्वायर्ड।
थैंक यू सर थैंक यू सर थैंक यू
ओके, तो उसमें आप कम नहीं पड़ोगे, लेकिन ये जो बातें हैं जो आपको
कंटेंट
एडिशनल एडवांटेज देंगे, नॉलेज बेस्ड बातें, उस पर आप थोड़ा सा काम करो और डिलीवरी पे काम करो।
Sure,
Okay.
sir. I'll work on it.
ऑल
So
राइट,
just, sir, just share that document.
श्योर श्योर,
whenever you
विल
get it.
सर्च एंड विल गिव यू। ऑल राइट,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
हरीश सर।
सौरभ,
Yes, sir. Sir, like, I
19
want to
तारखेला
thank,
इंटरव्ह्यू,
sir.
19 तारखेला इंटरव्ह्यू.
हा सर 19 तारखेला.
ठीक
सर
आहे,
खरंच
ठीक आहे.
थँक्यू आपण अरेंज केलं माझ्यासाठी इंटरव्ह्यू.
तर इनपुट्स आदित्य सरांनी सांगितले, दर्जी सरांनी, गजानन सरांनी, टू दी पॉइंट आहे आणि स्पेसिफिक आहेत, काय फार नाहीये. मला वाटतं थोडी प्रॅक्टिस जर करशील ना तर प्रॅक्टिसने होऊन जाईल गोष्ट. थोडस आणखीन एक फक्त ऍड करायचं म्हणलं तर जे 2-3 लेंदी क्वेश्चन, एक लेंदी क्वेश्चन मी विचारला होता आणि एक लेंदी क्वेश्चन आदित्य सरांनी विचारला होता. तर ते दोन्ही क्वेश्चन मध्ये तुला ते ट्रॅक नाही ठेवता आला, मिस झालाच मध्येच. ठीक आहे. तर थोडस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन वगैरे व्यवस्थित राहिलं तर मग त्यातले कंपोनंट्स की ओके, पहिली डिमांड ही आहे, दुसरी डिमांड ही आहे, तिसरी डिमांड ही आहे. पण एनिवे जरी मिस झालं तर तू पुन्हा विचारू शकतोस, तसं काय म्हणजे जे काय तू विचारलं तर असं काही प्रॉब्लेम नाहीये की तुला विचारावं लागला वगैरे. पण जर ते विचारलं नाही आणि आपण ते 3 कंपोनंट होते, कंपोनंट लक्षात ठेवले आणि 3 कंपोनंटला जर ऍड्रेस केलं तर त्यांनाही चांगलं वाटतं की अच्छा मी खूप लेंदी क्वेश्चन विचारला होता, तरी प्रत्येक डिमांडला तू खूप केअरफुली ऐकलं, प्रत्येक डिमांडला तू खूप केअरफुली ऍड्रेस पण केला. तर एक
चालेल या गोष्टीचं सर थोडंसं कॉन्सन्ट्रेट करायला गोष्टी
गुड इम्प्रेशन जाण्यासाठी आणखीन ते चांगलं.
Sure.
महाराष्ट्राबद्दल ठीक आहे, आम्ही करतो, आमचा ऑलरेडी ते होतच थोडंसं प्लॅन की महाराष्ट्राबद्दल काय जे काय थोडंफार जे क्वेश्चन्स येऊ शकतात महाराष्ट्रीयन मुलांना.
तर प्लीज सर थोडंसं कुठं डॉक्युमेंट मिळतं, कारण की गोपाल सरांचं ईमेल्स मला यायला लागलं, ते तर मी गो थ्रू करतोच आहे. पण सर थोडं महाराष्ट्रातून मिळालं तर खूप खूप हेल्पफुल सर.
नाही पाठव सौरभ, तुला पाठवतो.
ओके, थँक्यू सर, थँक्यू प्लीज.
आणि थोडस मध्ये मध्ये चांगला असतो तो आणि पॅनलही खुश करतो.
सर ते नॅचरली निघतं.
चांगलं आहे, दॅट इज गुड क्वालिटी.
थँक्यू सर, थँक्यू.
ते गरजेचं म्हटलं, मी करत होतो ऍग्रीवेशन, म्हणजे रागवण्याचा प्रयत्न करत होतो, परंतु म्हटलं वा वा वा. सर पण खरंच थँक्यू इंटरव्ह्यू साठी, आणि आपण आपला वेळ दिला, खरंच माझ्यासाठी खूप मोठी गोष्ट आहे. खरंच नाही काही अडचण नाही, कधी आले तर ही सगळी टीम आहेत, आपल्याला आनंद होतो महाराष्ट्रीयन अजून असलं तर मुलगा, तर थोडस मदत होते.
मला आज 3 पॅनल तर महाराष्ट्रातून होते, त्यामुळे एवढे महाराष्ट्राचे क्वेश्चन नाही येणार तुला.
पण तरी पण थोडंसं प्रिपेअर राहिलेलं परवडलं, नाही तर मग ते महाग पडेल त्या दिवशी.
प्रिपेअर तर करावं लागेल, म्हणजे काय की नेक्स्ट टाइम जेव्हा गजानन सरांना भेटशील तर तू ह्या साईडला असशील. ठीक आहे.
यावर्षी होईल तो, कारण ऑलरेडी एका इंटरव्ह्यूचा त्याला म्हणजे ऍटलिस्ट त्यावेळेस मॉक इंटरव्ह्यूज देऊन आणि करून त्याला अनुभव आहे. तेव्हाचा अनुभव, आताचा अनुभव, आणि डेफिनेटली हायली क्वालिफाईड आहे तो. यावर्षी व्हायला पाहिजे निश्चित, माझं तर मत आहे की होऊन जाईल यावेळेस. मी ती लिंक शेअर केलंय.
हो सर, पाहिलं मी, ओपन करून ठेवतो मी त्याने. आणि ठीक आहे सर, फक्त सर आपल्याकडून थोडीशी मदत हवी, अगर महाराष्ट्र याच्यावर करंट डेव्हलपमेंट वगैरे काय डॉक्युमेंट असतं प्लीज सर. मी वेळेचं थोडंसं हे असल्यामुळं.
इंटरव्ह्यू शेड्यूल केव्हा आहे सौरभ?
सर 19 तारखेला दुपारी 1 वाजता.
बरं, आपल्या शिवजयंतीला.
हो, शिवजयंतीला.
किल्ला जिंकायचं आहे.
प्रयत्न पूर्ण असेल.
यस चालेल, मी उद्या परवाच पाठवतो आपल्याला.
थँक्यू सर, थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.
ओके, कन्क्लूड करूया.
येस सर,
ओके, बेस्ट लक.
थँक्यू सर. गुड नाईट.